Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Emilio Estevez, born May 12, 1962, in Staten Island, New York, USA, is an American actor, film director, screenwriter, and producer. Known for his work both in front of and behind the camera. Estevez rose to prominence in the 1980s as a member of the so-called Brat Pack, a group of young actors who became iconic for their portrayals of youth culture during that decade. Early life and family. Emilio Estevez is the eldest son of actor Martin Sheen, born Ramón Estévez, and artist Janet Templeton. Unlike his father and his brother Charlie Sheen, born Carlos Irwin Estévez, Emilio chose to keep his real surname, Estevez, as a way to establish his own identity separate from his father's fame. He grew up in both New York and Malibu, California, surrounded by the film industry from an early age. Rise to fame in the 1980s. Estevez's acting career began in the late 1970s. But he gained major attention in the early 1980s with appearances in Tex, 1982, and The Outsiders, 1983, both adaptations of S.E. Hinton novels. His breakout came soon after with a string of successful and culturally significant films. The Breakfast Club, 1985, Estevez played Andrew Clark, a high school athlete who reveals emotional depth beneath his jock persona. The film became a defining symbol of teenage life in the 1980s. St. Elmo's Fire, 1985, another major Brat Pack film, where he played a recent college graduate facing the challenges of adulthood. Repo Man, 1984, a cult classic in which he portrayed Otto, a punk-turned-car repossessor caught up in a bizarre sci-fi mystery. Young Guns, 1988, and Young Guns 2, 1990, Estevez portrayed the legendary outlaw Billy the Kid. Roles that cemented his reputation as a charismatic leading man. Work as a director and writer. Emilio Estevez began directing early in his career. He wrote, directed, and starred in Men at Work, 1990, alongside his brother Charlie Sheen, a dark comedy about two garbage men who uncover a political scandal. In the 2000s, Estevez shifted focus primarily to writing and directing. His most acclaimed work as a filmmaker came with Bobby, 2006, a film about the assassination of Senator Robert F. Kennedy at the Ambassador Hotel. The film featured a large ensemble cast and was praised for its emotional depth and historical resonance. He also wrote and directed The Way, 2010, starring his father Martin Sheen as a man walking the Camino de Santiago pilgrimage. The film received warm reviews for its heartfelt storytelling and beautiful cinematography. Later career. Estevez returned to one of his most beloved roles as Coach Gordon Bombay in the Mighty Ducks franchise. After starring in the original trilogy, 1992 to 1996, he reprised his role in the Disney Plus series The Mighty Ducks, Game Changers, 2021, both as actor and executive producer. Personal life. Estevez has two children from his relationship with model Carrie Sally. He was briefly married to singer Paula Abdul from 1992 to 1994. Known for being private and thoughtful, Estevez has often preferred independent projects and filmmaking over Hollywood stardom. Legacy. Emilio Estevez remains one of the most respected figures to emerge from the 1980s Brat Pack generation. His career reflects a blend of mainstream success and artistic integrity, marked by intelligent storytelling, understated performances, and a commitment to personal authenticity. As both an actor and filmmaker, he has left a lasting mark on American cinema. Emilio Estevez, A Life in Film and Purpose. Early life and background. Emilio Estevez was born on May 12, 1962, in Staten Island, New York City. The eldest child of actor Martin Sheen and artist Janet Templeton. He grew up in a creative and politically active household. His father was a rising star in film and television, and his mother had a background in art and education. Estevez has 3 siblings, Ramón Estévez, Charlie Sheen, and Renee Estevez, all of whom have worked in the entertainment industry to varying degrees. When the family moved to Malibu, California, Emilio attended Santa Monica High School, where he developed an early interest in writing and acting. He was known for writing short plays and organizing student film projects, foreshadowing his eventual career as both actor and filmmaker. Despite his father's growing fame, Emilio refused to adopt a stage name, saying he wanted to succeed on his own merit rather than rely on the Sheen legacy. His decision to keep the family's original Spanish surname, Estevez, symbolized both independence and pride in his Hispanic heritage. Early career and the rise of the Brat Pack. Estevez's career began in the late 1970s when he appeared in small television projects, including an episode of Insight, 1980, and a TV movie 17 Going on Nowhere. His breakthrough came in 1982 with Tex, followed by The Outsiders, 1983. In which he played Two-Bit Matthews alongside young stars such as Tom Cruise, Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, and Matt Dillon. But it was the mid-1980s that made Emilio Estevez a household name. He became one of the central figures of the Brat Pack, a media label describing a group of young, attractive, and talented actors dominating coming-of-age films of that decade. In The Breakfast Club, 1985, Estevez's portrayal of athlete Andrew Clark revealed emotional vulnerability beneath the surface of a perfect teenager. The film's themes of identity, pressure, and empathy made it a generational touchstone. St. Elmo's Fire, 1985, showcased Estevez as an ambitious young man navigating adulthood and love after college. Meanwhile, his offbeat performance in Repo Man, 1984, a cult sci-fi satire, earned critical praise and established him as an actor unafraid to take risks. These roles not only solidified Estevez's stardom but also demonstrated his versatility, shifting from mainstream teen drama to independent, genre-bending cinema. Transition to mature roles and directing. By the late 1980s, Emilio Estevez was eager to move beyond teen roles. He took on more adult characters and began writing and directing his own projects. In 1986, he co-wrote and starred in Wisdom, a crime drama about a young man who becomes a modern-day Robin Hood. Though the film received mixed reviews, it marked Estevez's debut as a writer-director. One of the youngest in Hollywood at the time, he gained renewed attention with Young Guns, 1988, and its sequel Young Guns 2, 1990, where he played outlaw Billy the Kid. His energetic, mischievous performance was both historically intriguing and cinematically memorable, turning the Western into a pop culture event for a new generation. In 1990, he directed and co-starred in Men at Work, a dark comedy featuring his brother Charlie Sheen. The film, while modestly received, became a cult favorite for its mix of satire and sibling chemistry. The Mighty Ducks and family-friendly fame. In 1992, Emilio Estevez reached a new audience with his role as Coach Gordon Bombay in The Mighty Ducks. The story of a lawyer forced to coach a misfit youth hockey team became a surprise hit and spawned 2 sequels, D2, The Mighty Ducks, 1994, and D3, The Mighty Ducks, 1996. The franchise became a defining part of Estevez's career, symbolizing teamwork, redemption, and leadership. His portrayal of Coach Bombay, stern but compassionate, made him a favorite among family audiences and cemented his place in pop culture. In 2021, Estevez returned to the role in the Disney Plus revival series The Mighty Ducks, Game Changers, which he also produced. The series reintroduced the spirit of the original films to a new generation. Focus on directing and independent cinema. While many of his 1980s peers remained in front of the camera, Estevez dedicated much of his later career to writing and directing socially conscious films. His most acclaimed project as a filmmaker came with Bobby, 2006, a moving ensemble drama depicting the events surrounding the assassination of Senator Robert F. Kennedy in 1968. The film featured an all-star cast, including Anthony Hopkins, Sharon Stone, Lawrence Fishburne, and Demi Moore, and showcased Estevez's skill in interweaving multiple storylines with emotional impact. It earned a Golden Globe nomination for Best Motion Picture, Drama. In 2010, Estevez wrote, produced, and directed The Way, starring his father Martin Sheen. The story follows a father walking the Camino de Santiago pilgrimage in Spain after the death of his son. The film was praised for its heartfelt writing, beautiful cinematography, and themes of faith, grief, and self-discovery. Estevez continued to focus on meaningful, personal storytelling with the public. 2018, a drama about homeless citizens taking refuge in a public library during a brutal winter. The film, which he also directed and starred in, explored issues of empathy, bureaucracy, and human dignity. Personal life and philosophy. Estevez has long been known for his private lifestyle and aversion to Hollywood excess. He lives quietly, often on his vineyard in California, and has described himself as more interested in the creative process than in fame. He has 2 children, Taylor and Paloma Estevez, from his relationship with model Carrie Sally. He was married to pop singer Paula Abdul from 1992 to 1994. Philosophically, Estevez's work reflects his moral values, social awareness, and respect for human stories. Many of his films, such as Bobby, The Way, and The Public, explore themes of compassion, redemption, and community, often highlighting ordinary people confronting moral choices. Legacy and impact. Emilio Estevez remains one of Hollywood's most respected multi-talented artists, admired for his early contributions to 1980s cinema and his later achievements as an independent filmmaker. Unlike many of his peers, he has maintained creative control over his projects and has earned a reputation for integrity, humility, and purpose-driven storytelling. From teenage icon to reflective director, Estevez's journey represents the evolution of an artist who has always sought to tell stories with honesty and heart. Emilio Estevez. Beyond the Brat Pack, a career of depth, independence, and vision.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.